Us now from Washington is Abbas Dahook. He's a retired U.S. colonel and a former senior military advisor for Middle East affairs at the U.S. State Department. Thank you very much for joining us here on Al Jazeera. So the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, said that this would not be a fair fight between the U.S., Israel, and Iran. Do you agree?
Well, good evening, Riley. Thank you for having me on your program. Definitely, and I do agree. I mean, you have the most powerful Air Force and military in the world against less resourced, less equipped Iranian forces. So there's no doubt there's overwhelming force in terms of quantity, quality, technology, and also political backing and economic backing.
Have you been surprised at how Iran has responded to that and what their strategy has been?
I think the surprise is not necessarily from the Iranian regime. We know the enemy will surprise you all the time. The United States has vast experience of fighting asymmetrically, fighting against less technological foe like the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and also in Iraq. So the surprise is not from the military themselves. The surprise, I think, overall strategically by a dormant reaction from the Iranian people. There was the history showed us that they were disgruntled with the regime, don't like the regime, and they're ready to demonstrate. It seems like this is not happening at this moment.
Right. And so now the U.S. has been instead laying out these military objectives that it wants to achieve in Iran, which include, as we've heard, destroying the nuclear program, destroying the ballistic missile program, and destroying support that Iran has for its proxies in the region. Does destroying all of those things, in your opinion, is that enough? Is that enough for a victory of what this military conflict set out to accomplish?
I mean, there's the military is a component. It's a way towards a political objective. The objective usually it's political in nature, and you can't just have the military alone to do that. At the end, it has to be a somewhat negotiating outcome over a discussion, a political discussion, diplomatic discussion of some kind. So I think, especially in Iran, where not only you're fighting armed forces, you're also fighting an ideology. And ideology, obviously, we also learned that you can't be destroyed with military force. And the other thing also in Iran, that they have the nuclear component. And that nuclear component, you can't fight it with the military force. That knowledge that the Iranians have for the last 3-4 decades, it's already in there. And it's very hard to destroy it also by military force.
So then, Colonel, I guess this is the billion-dollar-a-day question, is where do you see that diplomatic route opening up in order to find a way to that political objective? Because it doesn't seem right now that there really is one.
That's true. I mean, unfortunately, United States, it's in the fight, so it's not the honest broker here. You need a third element, perhaps from outside the region. I mean, the region is also bogged down into this fight, again, not necessarily directly, but they're also don't trust the regime itself. So I think the international community has to step in. I mean, you still have China just watching. India is also could be a country where they step in to bridge this gap. And obviously, European countries that might have also say so. And so I need an outside, honest coalition of the willing to bring an end to this very, very combustible situation.
Colonel Abbas Dahook, thank you so much for joining us here on Al Jazeera. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Riley.